Hello everybody, welcome back to my Daily Motion channel. Guys, we have done on my other channel 48 red flags in men. I've done a lot of men ones actually. Red flags in dating. How about we do red flags in people? Number one, someone is a red flag if they only show up in good times. If you are going through something rough and they disappear, they're not a good friend, they're not a good person, they are not someone you want to be around. If someone talks about other people behind their backs, red flag. I had this one friend in the past, for example, the first time I met her, she was telling me drama about people I didn't even know, and she was so comfortable talking about them. She'd like use their full name, and I was like, I don't even know who these people are. Like, who the hell is Joshua Edkins? Like, I don't know who that is. This continued in our relationship, and all I could think was she is talking about me like this behind my back. If she's so easily telling me about people I don't even know, she's talking about me too. So huge red flag. If someone doesn't have any close relationships, they have no close friends, their personal relationships in general, they just have no longevity to them, I think that's a huge red flag. It means they bounce around friends, they really can't hold a friendship. I think the biggest green flag in a person is when they have stable friendships that have lasted a long time. Someone who disrespects your boundaries. I feel like that's such an obvious red flag, but it can be overlooked in such subtle ways. For example, if you say, hey, Saturday night, I don't want to drink, and then Saturday night you go out and these people are like, no, just have one drink, like just do it. They're pressuring you, they've already disrespected your boundaries. It happens in like very subtle ways, especially in relationships. It just starts off as, no, like come on, just one, or just do this. Disrespecting your boundaries. I don't want to do this. Oh, come on, like it won't hurt you, just like do it a little bit. But if I say I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. Playing the victim. People who can't take any responsibility for their actions, it's always like, poor me. And take some fucking responsibility for your actions. You're an adult. If you're a child, okay, I'm gonna cut you some slack. But if you're acting like this when you're an adult, I don't want anything to do with you. Yeah, story time soon on my other channel about what happened in Tokyo to make me end up solo traveling. Yeah, this point can low-key be linked to that. Someone who regularly cancels plans, and I mean like all the time. Even worse, if they don't tell you. You know those people who like the day of they cancel something? Huge red flag. I remember when I went back to Sydney and I hosted a dinner for all of my friends. Do you know how many people showed up? One person. Everyone else cancelled. And a lot of them had really poor reasons, or they wouldn't even tell me they're not coming until I messaged them. And I got reminded of this red flag because I watched a TikTok recently by like this girl called Jada, and she was talking about how she hosted a dinner and people cancelled only when she messaged them. And this is so common. I don't know why it's so common. So yeah, that's a red flag as well. It is rude, number one. Number two, like if someone's regularly cancelling plans, you can't rely on them. Someone reacts negatively to your achievements or your personal growth, especially emphasis on the personal growth. If someone doesn't want to see you excelling, they probably want control over you. They want to like keep you in their little cage, and they don't want to see you go and like flourish. This is a big thing with narcissists especially, and in general, you know, you want to be around people who want to see you thrive and they're happy to do so. You should also be happy to see your friends thrive. It should never be like a one-sided thing. Someone who disregards your feelings or they minimize your problems. For example, during my depressive episode, I know so many of my friends didn't take it seriously because they're like, it's Simone. How can Simone be depressed? Like, I've been through worse, you know? Nothing actually triggered my depressive episode. It just, but I was bad. Like, I wasn't eating. I had a therapist appointment. I straight up said, I don't want to get better. Like, I have no willpower to get better. I woke up one day fine, which I low-key think I have PMDD, but we're yet to discover that. But what I'm saying is, I definitely, for my friends that didn't take my episode seriously, I'm keeping an eye on them now. I'm definitely a bit like, all talk, no action. The guy's like, oh my god, babe, I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do this for you, and he does nothing. It's like, go fuck yourself. Failure to apologize genuinely. Emphasis emphasis on the genuinely. I can't stand those people who are just like, I'm sorry you feel that way. It's not like, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way. That's not a genuine apology. Hypothetical situation, you make someone feel bad, okay? You don't go, whoa, I'm really sorry that you feel that way about my actions. That's actually putting the blame on the other person. You should be saying, I'm really sorry that my actions made you feel this way. There is a difference. And also, some people, they apologize just to make themselves feel better. Oh guys, and when I was going through my whole depressive thing, I got a therapist again, and hell yeah, I use BetterHelp. And yeah, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy site. Thank you so much for sponsoring me. So BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who's trained to help you with whatever you need. And as I said, therapy is like dating. So my first therapist, I didn't like her. Like, we just really didn't match at all. So then I requested a new therapist, and I actually could choose my own therapist afterwards. And I chose a woman who was amazing, and she's spiritual, and like, she saved me, honestly. All you need to do, guys, is go to my link right here, and you'll go through a questionnaire, and within usually 48 hours, BetterHelp will have matched you with a therapist they think is right for you. And of course, if you don't think they're right after your call, simply request a new one for free of charge. And this is great because if you were to request a new one in real life, you need to go to your doctor, get a referral, get on the waiting list. It takes so long and it's so expensive. But BetterHelp, I actually got a therapist, like a new one, the next day. And you can do it all from your computer or your phone. You can do video calls, or you can message them, like whatever is best for you. So guys, let BetterHelp connect you with a therapist who can support you all from the comfort of your own home. I actually have my therapy appointment at 5 o'clock and it's 4:25 right now, so I'm gonna keep filming this video. But yeah, so use my link right here to get a special discount on your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. I may tell a joke, but I'll never tell a lie. You know what that means? It means you need to listen to what people joke about, because they're not lying. If they are making racist jokes, but they're like, I'm not racist, or they make a transphobic joke, or you know, any joke really, they mean it. Even if they say they don't mean it, they mean it. I may tell a joke, but I never tell a lie is a real ass thing. Selective listening. Selective listening, it basically means if you're telling someone something and their ears only perk up at certain things you say and they're not really listening to everything else, it's disrespectful, number one. Number two, they're probably just like not interested in what you have to say. And if they're your friend, they're not really a good friend. It's not so much a red flag if you don't know the person, I think, but if you are friends and they don't want to listen to you, it's like, red flag. Overly critical of others. If someone's overly critical of others, it probably means they're overly critical of themselves as well. It's just a reflection. And it's even worse if they are not self-aware. It's worse if they don't even know that they're critical of themselves. Everything's a projection. I really carefully listen to what people say about themselves, because that really shows like how they view the world and how they view you. Extreme focus on appearance. People who are like extremely focused on appearance, I find, yes, it can come from insecurity, but it actually can really affect a relationship because it comes from such a vanity standpoint. And I've fallen into this whole, I mean, before like my whole depressive period started, I was messaging one of my good friends and I was really like obsessive over my appearance. I was like, yo, like I'm not liking how I look right now. Ultimately I got over this, but I was really obsessed and she got so annoyed with me. She was like, Simone, actually you need a reality check. And she's like, why are you putting everything down to your appearance when you are so much more? And she's like, you're also doing that to other people, like without you even knowing. And it's true, like subconsciously I was, because that's what I was doing to myself. Really, it's all the other qualities which make somebody special. And I'm not gonna lie, as a woman, that is something I'm working on now, because society puts so much value on our looks, and this is a whole other conversation. Like, I just turned 24 and guys, every time I travel I get like fine lines. It's insane, and my skin takes like months to recover, and it made me so insecure because I'm like, it's like I aged overnight, and it was freaking me out. And I felt like I was just devalued. Too quick to make plans for the future, or they don't want to make plans for the future. This can low-key be with relationships and sometimes friendships, you know, if it's progressing too fast. Because don't forget, you can be love bombed in a friendship as well. So if someone doesn't want to make plans with you in the future, they don't see you in the future. This doesn't mean those people who are like, I don't really make plans far ahead, I don't know what's to come. But the people who are just like, no, don't want to talk about the future with you at all. And then the people who make plans too fast, low-key love bombing. It's the same like in a relationship. You bond so quickly to one another and then it's like, oh, it fizzles out. It's so much better to like, number one, grow in love and also grow in love and friendships as well. Someone who over idealizes you, or they pedestal you, because ultimately you're probably going to fall from that pedestal. I went out with this guy and he had pedestaled me for so long because he watched my videos. In his head, I was a different way. I think I lived up to what he thought, like this character he created in his head. So I fell from that pedestal, and you know what? It made me feel really bad. But I was like, at the end of the day, this is not my fault. It's actually your fault for doing that, and I have nothing to prove to you. Next, someone who is disrespectful to service staff or anyone who, you know, the social hierarchy is lower than them, earning less, etc. It reveals a lot about a person, especially if they come from money. I would never want to be friends with someone or date someone who is rude to the cleaner, to the waiter. These people are not worse than you. These people are not lower than you. They are real humans, you know, we have to treat them with respect. Next, someone who has a lack of gratitude. The worst people, oh my god. It's like you do something for them, no thank you. It's like they're entitled, they just assume you're gonna do it. Inflexibility in plans, people who are very, very rigid. Everything has to go their way. They will not bend, they will not help you bend. It's just like, you bend to me. I can't. People who are just take and not give. Sure, relationships, they're actually not equal. It's not always going to be 50-50. Sometimes you're giving more, sometimes they're giving more. But if they're giving you nothing and you notice it's just you giving all the time, you've got to go. Red flag. And they could be using you. People who are overly sarcastic all of the time, they can't be serious. It is a big red flag if someone can't have a serious conversation with you, or they always just want to joke around and be sarcastic. They're not confronting something in themselves, and they also can't confront it with you. People who make plans without consulting the other people involved. So it's rude and it's selfish. Also, if I'm going out to dinner, or like maybe I know they earn a different amount, I will give them like a restaurant option list. I'm not gonna like go and pick a really expensive restaurant or pick something I know they can't afford, because that is just inconsiderate. Like, why do we have to go along with just what you want to do? Consult us first. Okay, next, oversharing on personal problems too soon. We've talked about this a lot in my psychology videos, but there was like a study we learned about when I was doing my degree, and yeah, people who overshare too soon, actually it can scare other people away. Like, people don't really like that. Some people though, usually those who actually are mentally ill or they share like similar problems, they like to hear about oversharing. So it is different between more mentally stable people and more mentally unstable people. But oversharing too soon, it also can indicate like a lack of personal boundaries. I'm very private, especially with dating. Like, oh my god, if you want to like get personal stuff out of me, you need to like crack it out of me over a long period of time. Like, I'm not just gonna open up. And some guys, I think this is a red flag. Some guys are really like, why aren't you telling me personal things? Why aren't you telling me about your law? Because you don't deserve to know that part of me yet. Like, I don't know you. You have to open that up within me. I think I'm so much more open with women though. Valuing people based on their status or their material possession. I live in Dubai. It's very Dubai. It's like, without followers, without money, who are you here? But I think it's superficial, and like personally, I don't care about that at all. Next, people who are quick to judge or quick to stereotype. Quick to stereotype, in my opinion, it's a lack of intelligence and a lack of understanding of the world, and also themselves. Those who get irritated when you or someone else has the spotlight. Are we talking about Leos here? I'm kidding. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. 30 red flags to look out in people, and I hope this helped you eliminate the bad relationships in your life. Figure out if that person's a red flag. Honestly, we all have a few of these red flags, but I think once we can identify them, we can actually work on them. The biggest red flag is when you know you have a red flag, or you know someone else has a red flag and you've addressed it and they don't want to change, or they're like in complete denial. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go check out the other channels. I'm posting vlogs, makeup videos on my vlog channel, and then of course we have my second channel, and I'm going to be trying to upload every single week across all of these. So ich liebe dich guys. Tschüss, and I will see you soon.
Shout out dogs forever. Do the stronger for you. Norman Rockwell. No hype under. It's just me and you. I've got you on my list. little Venice bitch. Of the neighborhood kids, something off bang kiss. You're in the yard, I like the fire, and as the summer fades away, nothing you can say. You right, I tour, we make it work. You're beautiful and I'm insane. We're American made. Give me Hallmark, one dream under the one lover. Make me happy and blue. Norman Rockwell, no high under. I'll cover this right. It's just me and you. Oh God, miss you on my list. It's me, a little kind of bitch. On the street with the neighborhood kids. Selling off, thank you. You're in the yard, I like the fire. As the summer fades away. You right, I do, we make it work. American made. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Selling off, bang kiss. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Signing off, bang kiss. Oh God, miss you on my lips. It's me, a little kind of bitch. On the stoop with the neighborhood kids. Signing off, bang kiss. Yeah. 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 Signing off, bang kiss. Yeah. Take yourself down, you should probably come over. Hanging around now, you should probably coming over. Oh God, it's on my lips. It's me, a little Venice bitch. Touch me with your fingertips. It's me, a little Venice bitch. Back in the garden, we're getting high now because we're older. In the sun, like diamonds, better rims and a clover. Whoa, 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 whatever, everything, ever. Whoa, 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 whatever, everything, ever. Whoa, 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 whatever, everything, ever. Whoa, whoa, whatever. Me, myself, I like diamonds, better rims and a clover. Over and over, honey. Over and over, honey. Over and over, honey. Over and over, honey. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love.